What do you say we get started? Am I recording? Good. Let's see. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. Mr. Wright? So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Oh, don't apologize. It's totally fine. I'm sure systems are different everywhere. Like in the UK, being a lawyer is an undergraduate degree. It's like your first, it's like what we call college in the US, but their college is different. You don't need to apologize for anything. If you don't know, you don't know. Huh? Well, let's see. The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 o'clock p.m. on the 21st. Hey, kid! He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. That's right, Bruce Goodman was allegedly killed in 2 places. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure if she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Can she read his mind? Everybody's been reading his mind. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. All right. February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? But there was a body found there. Right? Because, the chief of police, he said that there was a murder at the police department. Right? Yeah. It was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. Oh, this is a flashback about the oil drum. That's right, because the water... Sorry, I'm not going to reread it. We've already read it. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really cares about her sister, or likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Is she reading his mind? Big words for a high school student. Excuse me. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Well, luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. Yeah, aren't there like proteins or something in the blood that leave it behind? The start of every crime documentary I used to watch as a kid. That, yeah, like a luminol, a black light, Forensic Files. I still love Forensic Files. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? Oh, yeah. I'm putting together a desk or a shelf over there in my space, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be playing while I put this together. I'm a minor. I can't even drink it. Then why do you have it? We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Ooh. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Alright. Ooh! I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a blood stain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. Oh no. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Oh, poor thing. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. Not everything has to be scientifically speaking. It can just be odd. What's odd about this scientifically? The bloodstain's location or the amount of blood? I mean, both seem really odd. I guess I would have to say the amount. Because he died from blood loss, right? Yeah, I'm going to say the amount of blood. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. Oh, that's right, the shoe. I forgot about that. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright? Excuse me. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? Oh, we're looking for more. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? You're not as handy as Maya, but you're pretty handy. This stuff's pretty handy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Okay. What if we have to spray this in somebody else? Like, you know how we use the metal detector to to find the bullet in Von Karma? What if we have to spray a suspect in the future and be like, no, there's blood on your clothes, look. Okay. Can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Well, the police don't reveal the evidence. The police give the evidence to the prosecutor, and then the prosecutor presents it. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Yeah, I mean, they can, or the prosecution can, or the state can, but all that evidence should be presented to. Oh, I don't know. Let's look that up. Actually, I'm kind of curious about that. Beepity. Okay. Luminol fluid. Luminol. Luminol test. Here we go. Spray luminol onto surfaces at crime scenes to detect invisible blood stains. Oof, look at that. How old do you have to be to buy luminol? You can buy it on Amazon. Here. You can buy it on Amazon.com. Exact formula used worldwide by crime scene investigators. Perfect for demonstrations. Complete ready-to-use kit. Then all you need is a Junior G-Man badge. Yeah, seriously. I wonder what else you can get. Indicator solution. I mean, everything's on Amazon, isn't it? Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Oh no, that was Phoenix. Sorry. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? You've been investigating a crime this whole time, Emma. Okay, guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Huh. Who's this? Oh, this lady. I wonder how that flute of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Day old? Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Alright, let's talk to her. I know, this lady, I'm sick of her. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. Yes, we do know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. I gotta say, now that box, like, the box has gotten me a craving for sushi, though. I will say. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. Why wouldn't it sound convincing? Keep the loot away from her. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Uh-oh. She's gonna snap. Oh, here we go. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. But you can... She'll light up like a Christmas tree. You think she killed her? Or killed the detective? I believe it if she killed somebody. Oh gosh. I just had an image of her like butchering her own animals and I'm like, oh, that's another way to like get the blood on her. Oh, that was disturbing. Oh, that was dark. But no, it's like if you lied on the stand, then the jury doesn't have to believe. Then it calls your whole testimony into question. Like, if you saw what you can see what you see, but if you lie... I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. No, it doesn't, but I guess it does in this game. I swear to my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. You're not a detective anymore, though, and it's like, that calls into question, too. That calls your motives and everything into question, too. Oh. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Which photograph? Because she had a few photographs, right? Floor plans. Was it just that one? Okay. A drum. No scarf. We already talked about that. It was stuffed in the muffler. I guess we'll find out later. Alright, Detective Star. So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Is that a similar expression in German? Weird vampire? Because in American English, or I guess English in general, we say cough it up, like give it up, or say it, like cough it up. Is like spit it up kind of the similar saying? Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. What is your name? Oh, okay, cool. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the Cough Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? Felt that she'd found her dream job. And the prosecutors let her go. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean. Okay, so do I show her something? Okay, let's see. What can I show her? Or was it? Okay, this is the SL9. This is from SL9. So it has to be the broken knife, right? Sorry, just checking. Oh, it's been a while. Whoops. Aw, the badger. Okay, I'm gonna present her the knife. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from the case. The murder weapon. It was due for transfer the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Okay. Let's talk to her again. Oh, maybe I have to present her... Okay. Maybe I have to show her the tag as well. Or the memo. What do you think about this? Spuk ist schon aus. Okay. Okay, so she's saying the same thing. Oh, very cool. Sehr cool. Okay, not over. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Okay. Will she talk now? What else do we have to show her? Do you think I still have to show her something else? Because all we have from SL9 is the memo and the knife. And I've given her both. Goodman's ID. I had one of those up until... Okay, I'm showing her the ID. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the Cough Up Queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Oh, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Okay, do you think I'm gonna try... Oh, wait, no, go back. Maybe if I show her the spray? Because she talked about that? Oh, she doesn't care. I think you said we... Oh, no, but thanks. She didn't even look at it. Oh. Pre-infuse. I'm sorry, I'm not reading because I don't think it matters. I'm just trying to figure out what next to do. Pre-infuse leaves with steam. Wasting time. Yeah, it's wasted time. Maybe if I ask her about the shoe. Where'd she get the shoe? Okay. No, she doesn't want the shoe. The floor plan or the photo? Yeah, good call. Whoops! Okay, back. Okay. Oh, here we go.
If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room.
How?
But even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime.
I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder.
But it's taken through the fence. There's no way.
That's when I took this photo, yes.
In other words, 5 minutes after the crime?
Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Right. Right.
Listen, little girl.
I don't like how she's addressing Emma as little girl. Like, there are certain times when I think it's okay to be like, okay, child, you're like, you don't know what you're talking about, but to constantly be condescending towards somebody.
Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time.
Oh, here we go, weird vampire. Good call. That time? Ooh. Okay. 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 So the floor plan was a no, but the photograph, yes. Okay. Let's see if she can talk to us now. Okay. Here we go, guys. Good call, weird vampire. Whoops. Sorry. Still trying to figure out how to organize things. The desk is probably a little unstable still. SL9 incident.
That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who? To whom?
2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled.
Oh! And Marshall's there too. It's Goodman, Marshall, and Angel. And this person. Whoever that person is.
The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence.
So they didn't solve it?
On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed? Yes, Phoenix, that happens.
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred.
That's not a problem. In some cases, it depends on the standard, but in some instances, you don't need, like, you can also consider circumstantial evidence. It depends on what, like I said, the standard is, and that can change the outcome. So it's not the decisive evidence. It can be, you can include circumstantial evidence as well. You just point out, the other side just points out that it's circumstantial. What? But the criminal was executed, right?
On the basis of evidence. Of a sort, made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Myself, and one other person you know well.
Wait, could it be?
Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall.
But he's a patrolman.
Oops. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall.
Oh, let's ask about Marshall.
As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I.
I would be upset about that too, if I got demoted.
You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now.
That's interesting. So who put Jake in charge of the crime scene then, I wonder? If he's involved, he was demoted, so he was sort of disgraced in a way. Why was he in charge of this crime scene? So whoever put him in charge of this crime scene is involved.
And no one up in the fancy offices can stop us.
Wait! Those lunches you sell.
There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate.
Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Don't slut shame her, Phoenix. People can have a lot of boyfriends. Marshall wasn't. He was put in charge of this crime scene. Remember they talked about that a few weeks ago, a few episodes ago. Like, because why are you not a detective, but you're in charge of this crime scene?
Just when all the detectives from SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection. Of course there is.
So, Rookie.
What?
It seems like you're serious about investigating this case.
Of course I am. This is my client. Yes. Ooh. Give him a steak lunch. Fancy, fancy.
Then you should take this.
A Salisbury steak lunch?
I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat.
Ooh, excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his? Thought it was, yeah. I mean, he definitely did stop people from snooping, but they may, so like that would make sense if he was just like the, you know, securing the perimeter. Sorry, I'm tired, so I apologize if I'm seeming a little out of it. If he was the guy securing the perimeter, but they did talk about how he was like, this is our gold mine, we're the ones investigating it. I don't know. Because then Gumshoe was not allowed to, wasn't allowed to be on the crime scene. Are you going out?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. I mean, he hasn't been mean to you, Emma. Really. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. I don't know if he seems cold. Maybe it's the music. the music that plays when he talks. He doesn't strike me as super cold.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Alright. Should we go somewhere else? Here, let me go. Can we talk to somebody? Yes, we can talk to Edgeworth. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Alright. Parking lot. Let's try the detention center. Let's see if we can talk to what's her face? Lana. Oh, I guess not. February 23rd, detention center, visitor's room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Oh, right. Let's come back later. So there's 2 suspects now. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Maybe I have to go back to the police station. Not this police station, the other one. Let's see. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. In the evidence room, right over there. I don't know why I'm pointing that way. where we've been. Yes, but the same detective was also killed in the same time and in the prosecutor's lot. It makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysterious or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Alright, so can we go into the evidence room? Okay, I guess we'll not, so... We're shocked, yeah. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, this looks right. February 23rd, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. So there's a different evidence room than where we were? Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Evidence room can be big. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. It is pretty cool. Come on, Phoenix. You gotta admit. If you could go see an evidence room, that'd be pretty cool. I'd think it was cool. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Okay, just be careful, Emma. You didn't like the luminol blood, so actual crime scenes can be can be scary. Okay, guard station. Oh my gosh. Is he drinking on the job? Guys, he's like a freaking girl in college who puts up like empty liquor bottles as decoration. Look, he's got his little shot glass and the bottles. Oh man. And I know this is Marshall's. 100% this is Marshall's. Why are you doing your laundry at the office? Hanging it. Oh, this is great here. He's got the little gate that is pretty cute with the cactus and Texas. Oh, and a lasso, right? Is this a trap in case somebody goes in? That's really cute. I find this really endearing, actually. I actually really enjoy this. Okay. February 23rd, evidence room entrance, guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. From the cacti? He never grew out of the cowboy face. That's kind of cute. I mean, I certainly wouldn't date somebody who didn't grow out of the cowboy. Like, to this level of cowboy face, that'd be a little bit of a red flag. But I find it endearing as somebody completely outside the situation. Like, if I had a coworker like this, I would get so much amusement out of this. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. Oh, if you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. I like cactuses. Cacti. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Alright, let's take a look. Here we go. We got our Texas sign. We got the gate with the... This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I'd say I'd be more of a yerg myself. All right. Yipes, those sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I was trying to examine the hat, but okay. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. I don't think I've ever looked at a plant and thought of my sister. Certain animals, 100%. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. That's kind of an odd thing to say. I know it's supposed to be touching, but that's kind of an odd thing to say. Oh, here we go. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Okay. Prickly but delicious water on the inside. Have you ever had cactus water? I've actually never been to... Yeah, well, yes, I have. I've been to the desert in Colorado. But I've never been to, like, the Southwest, like New Mexico, Arizona, Western Texas. Never been to that part of the country. I would love to see it. I have a lot of friends who've told me, like, Arizona... I live on the East Coast, and it's a very different climate than it is... You know, I mean, the U.S. is a big country, so it's like the climates are so different, and, like, my friends who have been to, like, Arizona and stuff have said, you know, the desert and how, like, flat and imposing and the cactuses and the rock formations, it's beautiful. So I'd love to go see it. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and went out of here. All right, let's look at this trap. Look, on the floor. A lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. A wild bull in the city. You sure have an active imagination. This is not Pamplona. Here. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. That's a security guard uniform? It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that thing called again? A punchy? A poncho. A punchy? A paunchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. All leather, like, I understand leather pants, but I don't think they wear leather everything. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. I would be really, that's really funny. Like, if he just doesn't correct her. All these bottles and you're not going to say anything? Okay, have we looked at everything? Okay. Oh, Egypt. Did you see the pyramids? I have a friend who is from Cairo, and she says it's kind of, it's not something that people from the outside expect because, like, the city is so huge. It's, like, right up against these pyramids. So you have something that's so ancient, but then you have like the modern city. That is something that's really cool about Europe, like as an American, because European cities are so old. It's like the mix of, like Rome, for example, the Colosseum. It's thousands of years old, but then you have people like driving past it all the time. It's really, really cool. Like living in DC is cool because you see a bunch of monuments, but they're still only at the oldest a couple hundred years old. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Okay. So if that's all we can look at, can we move? Do you think that's all we can look at? Is there anything I missed? VHS. No, I don't think I missed anything. So maybe we have to go back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, London's like that as well. That was the cool thing when I went to go visit Amanda there. Like in the visit Amanda in the UK. Because the UK is the same way. It's like you see these really old little tiny villages and then the super modern stuff. Like, what is it, that bridge? The bridge and then that... I know I'm being so descriptive. What is it, the spire? The building? Like, you have that, but then you have Parliament. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please, who's this? Huh? Wasn't that? Oh! Gumshoe!
One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you.
Detective Gumshoe!
Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. How did he know that we had it? Oh. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Oh, Gumshoe.
Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence.
Great, and the kids playing in jeans there. Yeah. Okay, but how did they know that this was the criminal, but then they have no evidence against this person? So who did they arrest? Although this is something that we should have come to expect. All right, let's see who the criminal was. The alleged criminal was. Sorry, guys, my setup may not be 100% secure yet. Okay, the criminal, you mean?
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
Yes. Flashback. Okay. I'm not sure. I hope Gant doesn't show up in this episode. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure what voice I want to use for him.
It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy.
Oh, a scandal. Is it a scandal just because someone was killed, or the scandal of who they think the killer was? But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal. All I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
Oh, Gumshoe. Wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
Crying? He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. All right, let's go to the detention center. I want to know who it was. Here we go, guys. Let's see who this alleged murderer is, the second alleged murderer. February 23rd, detention center, visitors room.
Still, I do feel better about things.
A little.
I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Detective Goodman. What if... okay, guys. What if Detective Goodman is actually a twin? I'll be surprised, ooh. So it's somebody we already know. Was it Larry? What was Larry doing there if it was Larry? But anyway, what if Detective Goodman has a twin and he's been doing like and they've both been playing as Detective Goodman, but it's like if somebody wants the day off, they've just been so it's like instead of working 40 hours a week, they're both only working 20 hours, switching days. And that's why there are two Detective Goodman was killed in two places. Oh, but then that falls through because there would have to be two bodies. Okay. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Wait a minute. Oh no. Is this the guy who is the delivery guy? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, no. It was the twin killing the other twin. Think of like the Prestige. Christian Bale was actually a set of twins. Oh, the twin killer. So for those of you that don't know, twins, like identical twins at least, have the same DNA, allegedly, but different fingerprints. Like Amanda and I have different fingerprints. Hi. Greetings, sir.
Wait, I know who you are.
What was his name? Was it Meekins? That's right, Meekins. Okay, so his hand was still bandaged. What happened to his hand? Did he say the first time we saw him? I guess we'll find out.
Officer Meekins! So you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, Meekins.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report.
No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting? Is he admitting he killed somebody? Why do I find this hard to believe? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir.
Wait, what?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Oh, Meekins. Somehow, I don't think he killed somebody, but he seems okay to talk, saying he did. Day of the crime. Please don't. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir! Sir! Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. Oh, then weird vampire, you told us this is like a little good luck charm, right? That he has? That he keeps holding. Oh, don't cry. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. Oh, that is a good comparison. He, like, falling into one mess or another. But yeah, oh, Larry. We love Larry.
So normally there's a guard at the evidence room.
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. So then Marshall is not doing his job. There's something going on there because he keeps leaving the evidence room. He wasn't there when we were there. He wasn't at the crime scene, which he was patrolling.
now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall? I think that's not a surprise, Phoenix. Oh, that's a cute little animation with his little... he looks so cute. I like Meekins. I think he's adorable.
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person, yeah!
What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out.
Oh, so he's a stickler for the rules, so much so that he has maybe an anger problem?
And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center.
Wait. No, because Goodman died. And then Meekins was the one who was supposed to deliver the report to Edgeworth, which happened after Goodman's death, and he was delivering the report of the person who was killed. Sorry, my table's wobbly. He was supposed to deliver the report to Edgeworth that someone was killed at the police station. So, was Meekins? Oh, yeah. But I'm wondering, was Meekins, like, unconscious when he was delivering the report to Edgeworth then? Because it's like, I'm confused about this timeline. How long were you out? Days? Right, Phoenix? Might I ask, what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Opposite hands, though. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. All right. Actually, let's ask about the victim first. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir.
All right, thanks, kid. Have fun with the rest of your Sunday. Thanks for joining.
If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that.
Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So, you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. Devoid of light. I don't know any detectives.
So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Alright, bandaged hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir, I
do like what you were saying. Talking about bad workplaces and etc. Yeah, especially in today's climate with work from home and stuff. That is a big reason why I moved, though. I will say my new apartment has so much more light, these big windows. It's great. I do like what you were saying, like your, little backstory with Meekins about how his parents probably gave him that charm, and it's like a sweet little comfort thing. So, like, it makes this animation a lot sweeter and, like, a lot more touching. So, I like it a lot. Well, you see, sir,
Don't you think you should just confess?
But, sir, but there was nothing I could do!
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir! And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Sorry, I thought I heard somebody at my door.
Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Gunman had disappeared.
Oh. So either Goodman was not killed in the evidence room, or was killed there and was taken somewhere else. What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock, oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared? So then Goodman had a knife too, and... Oh, this is getting interesting.
That's some story.
Look at the picture. It's the same position. The same pose he's doing right now. Oh, I know it's just your headcanon, but to me it's like thinking about that makes it super sweet. That's a sweet headcanon. I'm just noticing his badge. But then he's handcuffed to like one of the animations had his handcuffed like around his neck, which like around a lanyard. So it's like, huh. Alright, do we need to show him anything? But anyway, I didn't finish my thought. But the lanyard around his neck with the handcuff attached to his hand, it's like, okay, this is not secure.
Do you think...
Was it this knife? Oh, maybe not. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay. I just wanted you to take a look at her.
Oh, that's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dreams, sir, and I was being paled.
On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Okay. Maybe was that helpful? He overreacted to the knife, though, so that's something. I'm gonna try this shoot. Oh, maybe not. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I have no idea what that is. Okay. That's Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, he's passing the buck to Edgeworth. Okay, but he did react to the knife. Whoops. So the knife was the one that... Okay, let's go back to the evidence room. Man, this is inconvenient. Guard station. Okay. Wait. So I can't go back to the guard station. Okay. Is there something else I need to show Meekins? Oh. Okay. So I still need to talk to Meekins some more.
Do you think you could take a look at this?
Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's it.
That's what?
My head was blank until this very moment.
Okay.
But sir, now I remember. I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct. That card. That card was the cause of it all.
This ID card?
Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. Okay, Meekins, what is it?
Better pry into this one a little deeper. Okay, can we talk now? The crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. Oh, goodness. I didn't know who Mr. Detective Goodman... I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room.
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
But that's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
So it wasn't Goodman in the... Oh. So it probably wasn't Goodman, I should say. That was in the evidence room. What?
Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir.
But what happened then?
Well, aye, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here.
So you don't even remember delivering something to Edgeworth? You don't remember meeting us? Okay. Right. Okay. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now... Yeah, sorry, I'm slow, so... Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. There we go. And if his body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines.
Huh? But you still ended up here?
They told me it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly.
No, but the videotape is quite clear.
Huh? Videotape?
From the security camera. The crime! My crime! The crime I swore to stamp out! It's there! It's me! On tape!
And you waited until now to tell us this?
I'm sorry! Really sorry, sir! I'll hand over my badge! I don't deserve it!
No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Alright, now we move. Okay, let's just go here. Oh! February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. Oh, don't make me voice him. I don't know what to do with him. I'm just gonna try and... I don't know. I'll just do my regular voice. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats.
under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. It's Judas Priest. Rob Halford, but with hair. I gotta say, the pink pince-nez are pretty funny. That's an absolute baller thing to wear. Inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? What is this deal with swimming? Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Alright. I know in the organ music, too, it makes it like... He's just a funny one. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Well, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Oh, no. Sounds like an inquisition. And the word inquisition... Okay, there we go. Yep. Well, they've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean, the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? But then they brought him on to prosecute Lana. And you. You got someone else found guilty on that case, right, Righto? Forward-facing Von Karma. We hate it. We hate it. Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, she fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Fixed it? We didn't fix anything. Well, wait. I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Right. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? Evidence room. I don't trust this guy. I don't like him. It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume? So he doesn't like prosecutors either, maybe.
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. What evidence? Gumshoe said Gumshoe said there was no evidence. They arrested Meekins without any evidence. And now he's telling us the evidence is saying, oh. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. No, this is nuts. This is not what it says. Even for Ace Attorney standards, this is insane. Here we go. Okay, maybe this will explain. What evidence is this? Talking with a small boy. Ah, yes, righto, and let's go swimming. Oh. Now, righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this is particular, well... Okay, maybe the video is the evidence, but there was no body when Meekins woke up. Well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. But you're supposed... Okay. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. Phoenix could go to the court and say, you need to let me have access to this. This is nuts. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives' trap shut. He's not very... Oh man, he is a bully. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier? Oh, you saw that? Whoops. I know,
Phoenix just has to go in court and, like, loosely, like, very by the seat of his pants, kind of link things together. Exactly. And then, like, we're gonna convict people, and people are gonna admit based on, like, assumptions on circumstance. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
Here. Okay, so I gotta show him something to discreetly ask him. So what are they looking for? Is it the ID card? Because they were fighting? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one. Oh, Gumshoe.
The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe?
Either him or the dancing blue badger. Okay, so that wasn't it. Maybe it's the knife, because he's the one that... Oh, take a look at this. Okay. So I'm supposed to discreetly ask him. Okay. So maybe I'm not supposed to present him with anything. Okay. Let's try the evidence room now. Okay. Guard station. Okay, I guess not. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go through some stuff. Oh, maybe... Oh! Oh, sorry you had to see that.
What exactly did the police...
Okay, this is all I had to do. I just had to... I feel silly.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Yeah, real discreet, Emma. Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here.
Of course not. Well, except for this. Ooh, what's this?
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. A half-written document dated 2/21 can only be submitted to the chief of police. And the murder was on the 22nd, right? No. We'll all be silly together, playing a silly game. Okay, now the police department crime scene. That's what I have been trying to do, Phoenix. Wait, let me check. He was killed on the 21st, right? Or the 22nd, right? The autopsy report doesn't say. Oh, 2/21. No, he was killed on 2/21. That's right. All right. There we go. Now let's try the evidence room. You said the police department crime scene. Do I have to talk to this guy again? Oh. I have to ask him permission to enter. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help. I don't even know you, sir. Alright, sorry. Sorry, my mic's being weird. I need to adjust this. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Oh dear. Now, righto. Stop talking to my son. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Yes, you do, Phoenix. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50. No problem. So go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. That's what that is kind of a weird thing to say. Yeah, oh god. Looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Oh, goodness. A real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. Don't, okay, Emma, don't take too much from Meekins. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Aww. Let her get excited now, get it out of her system, because once you start working, then the excitement goes away. Let her be excited now for a little bit, at least. Okay. Now we go to the guard station. Right? Okay, everybody has told me I need to come back to investigate this crime scene. So here I am. I've been here. Talk to Emma? Oh, maybe at the office? Okay, here we go. What to do? Well, where should we begin? The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places okay, you were right. Here we go. Simultaneously. Oh, well, you see. We should go to the police department, the evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Alright, any ideas? Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, he's going through a tough time. Edgeworth was a defendant. Edgeworth is upset. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report. About the killing at the police department, right. Oh, man. The chief of police was right about that. But I can't help but think. Someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Okay, let's try it now. For like the 5th time. Okay, let's try guard station. Maybe, like, inspect it again? Oh, good call. Evidence room is beyond that door. Oh, there we go. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha, the card reader's turned off, see? What's that security guard thinking? Here we go.
Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambino sky so gray?
Oh! His badge, it's the same as the buttons on, Goodman's jacket. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him?
What's that? Why does it have to be him, look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yeah! That card you got on there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scenes are waiting.
Oh, Oh, good call. We'll have to look at that next time. I keep noticing the sushi things. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions.
Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres.
You're busy then.
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Okay. Let's talk to you anyway.
I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambino, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his 6-shooter. So I say a little prayer.
Oh, was that his stomach? What was that? Oh, right, we gotta give him the steak. What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach was growling.
I have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Here, let's talk to him about this. Oh, okay. So we gotta give him the steak first. Okay. He's a horse somewhere off screen. Just instead of a car, just drives his horse to his reserved parking spot.
That smell, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall? You're from Texas?
Nope. No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Oh.
Yeah, Miss Star.
What's this?
Oh, but she said they weren't dating.
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall.
All right, Bambino, you win. Ask him. Anything.
Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk.
All right, now we talk to him.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it.
Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us.
That poor little doggy.
I wish they would spell doggy with 2 G's. It's supposed to be with 2 G's.
Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly.
Oh, not nice. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know?
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
There you go, vampire.
Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
Riding down the highway on a horse.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take to machines much.
Right, you should still be doing your job or you should quit. I mean... Yeah, become a PI or something.
Kind of like that stew broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know?
Alright, Marshall.
Miss Star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times,
but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
Alright, I'll page there you go, that's a job you can do, and then you get to hang out with your girlfriend. While she goes and delivers lunches to her other boyfriends. God. 2 days ago, the day of our case.
That's right. The evidence transfers.
Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. The system.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambino, me and machines, well, I like them as much as I like stewed cauliflower in my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
How do you know if nothing happens? Like, okay. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be.
You're the security guard and you reckon? There.
One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card.
Thus the card reader by the door.
The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through.
Oh. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that.
Ah, I should have looked at the ID card, huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Of course it is. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on the record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove the record is tied to the stabbing. Okay, it must have been Goodman's ID card. But then... Okay. It's either Goodman's or maybe it's the guest one? Here. Do we have the guest ID card? Or maybe it's not that because... Or maybe we don't have it because Emma has it on her, lapel. Wait, back. What was... 5842. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about?
We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see?
So what happens to the evidence after 2 years?
It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is closed. Solved is closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated.
And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay. So, do we have to show him the Goodmans? I gotta present it. Here we go. Yep. See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground at the parking lot.
The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Ah! Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. And then one person went in after him. Or around the same time. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing.
What's more, there's only one of them cars in the whole world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. but Goodman pointed or the person with Goodman's badge, pointed a knife at him.
If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins?
All right, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card.
Right. Oh, let's check. Add it to the court record.
I've got an idea.
Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Ah. Okay, let's check this. Ooh! This 498 number. There you go. It is on there twice. They were there at 4:50 and then right after Goodman did. Goodman went in. Ah. So we gotta figure out who's on that one. Alright, let's go to the evidence room. Ooh. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. Yeah. I bet it's Gant. I don't know why, but it's quiet. The investigation must be over here. Must be over here.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright, but you can't scare me. Gumshoe! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard?
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, Gumshoe. There's a lot of gossip around the police station. It's like something happens and it travels fast.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about?
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief. So now you're boss for a day.
Oh, Gumshoe. Gee, thanks. I know. He's so precious.
First of all, you want to have this.
Okay, the floor plans. All right.
So Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're a boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
Oh, no.
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. Oh.
I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. And my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open.
Alright, Edgeworth. Oh.
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right?
I'm trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in the court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course.
So first it was DL6 that he couldn't get away from, now it's SL9 that he can't get away from.
That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I know. Poor Gumshoe. They think he's an idiot. I don't like that. He's a little naive, but we believe in you, Dick. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Alright, the evidence lockers. Oh, and then we have to show him the, chart. the list, the index.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot. Poor Gumshoe.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Always has the one case, but it turns out to be multiple.
He actually has multiple cases.
Poor Edgeworth. What an extensive history, and he's only 24. That's too much drama for one life.
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint.
So the only locker we can open is our own.
So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick in the handles, see?
Handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it,
Zap! You get a shock.
if that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Okay. Let us present to you this thing. The ID card record.
Could you take a look at this?
This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Well, I heard rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
Well, what is it?
The second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
He'd have 2 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Yeah.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, so he's not the one that came in twice.
What?
Oh, man. Why would Edgeworth have to come to the evidence room?
But he was helping with the transferals, though.
Okay. Let me look at this. He didn't know his ID number. Goodman didn't know his ID number, so he didn't have his... Wait, go back. Stop.
Detective Goodman's note. That switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case.
Okay. Okay, it's the same thing. Oh no! Yes, one to match Meekins. He's gonna get a good luck charm just like Meekins, and he can hold on to it. Or like his Steel Samurai, like in the anime, Phoenix and Larry and Edgeworth all have their Steel Samurai keychains. Okay, let's ask about Goodman's.
That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card.
My throat's bothering me a little bit, so I'm gonna stop doing voices. Yeah, but yeah, just have some, what are those, like, lucky charms? These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. It's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number, too. Scary, huh? My face should be idea enough. What's the world coming to? Oh, that face recognition, Dick.
Weird technology. Scary technology, but Gumshoe predicted the future. He predicted the face technology. My face should be ID enough. Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Alright, can we talk to him again? Alright, SL9. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Oh, I love it. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. Visionary of the future. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Gumshoe, you couldn't even remember who Goodman was. What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Okay.
They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take